Hey, welcome to Guitar Knobs, the guitars, gear, noise, and nonsense podcast, hosted today by these knobs.
Tony Dudzik, Pick Guardian.
Jared Brandon down in Nashville.
Oh, hey, Rob Chafe, Mad Calification.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Todd. Novak. Welcome to the Guitar Knobs podcast. We are thrilled to death that you are listening to our show.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yes, it's a fun one. Rob got in on the big kids table.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I've always been told I have to wait till the end, so that's why I was confused.
You graduated.
Wow,
Your
look at
diploma's
that.
in the mail,
Welcome
Rob.
aboard.
Ooh, all right.
Very nice. Nicely played.
We've always considered you a knob.
Thanks.
Of course.
Oh, by the way, speaking of that,
What?
I've never given this any consideration, but a very close friend of mine, Alessandro, I'm shouting you out here. He said, I was because he took his Christmas picture and sent it to everybody with our sweatshirt on. I was like, hey, right on,
nice.
that's cool. And he said, yeah, everybody was like, oh yeah, that's that's a play off of being a guitar snob. And he said, and I was like, no, that's not it. And he's like, what? And he goes, yeah, it is. It's got to be it. And I'm like, no, I've never considered that ever. But apparently there's a faction of people who might think that. And I need to dispel that myth. That is not, in fact, what the name is derived from. So it has no correlation with a guitar snob.
Yeah, the only cork sniffer here is Rob.
Yes, that is true.
Well, no, Jared, too. He's got his clans and
Well,
kind of
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of
He's a little bit. We know Tony's not. Tony will buy anything.
The cheaper, the better.
There you go. That's Tony. All right. Well, we've got a super fun show. This is our ode to the year, I should say. Maybe it's our Christmas outro, New Year's intro show. That's what we're calling this one.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, it's a little bit long. I'll shorten it.
Yeah, work on that.
Yeah.
Have your copywriters call my copywriters.
I will. We are excited for 24, which is just around the corner.
Yeah,
we've
it
had
sure
a heck
is.
of a good year. So very
I
excited
think
about
it's
this.
been all things considered,
Yeah.
it's been a very good year.
Yeah, especially after the last couple.
Yeah.
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 So, anyways,
Yeah.
we are going to get into
What happened the last couple
actually,
years?
Hold
I don't
on.
know.
For anybody that's new, Tony, you ask the gentleman here. You guys conduct your own service of what do we do on the show?
Rob, what would you say that we do on the show?
Not much of anything, actually.
That's a dirty,
It's a
filthy
lot of
lie.
jibber jabber
Stop.
about-
You're done.
Oh, jeez.
You're out. You have to
All
go
right.
to the little kids' table now.
I thought this was the little kids' table.
Well, it's
Yeah, if you were a blues guy, it'd be Moanin' Rob.
Moaning Rob.
Yeah.
anyhow.
We talk about stuff.
We talk about gear. We love to talk about
makers.
gear. And we'd like to talk specifically about boutique gear for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, but not totally
exclusively.
Not
Some-
exclusively,
some big
because we've
people.
had some people with big boy pants
Yeah,
on here
we got a lot of other big boy pants coming on too.
And yes, we do. But we like to talk to the people who make the stuff. We like to talk to people who promote the stuff through, doing demonstrations.
Yes,
We like to talk to authors.
Yeah.
We like to talk to movers and shakers
Yes.
in the
Of
music
of
industry.
the world that we love.
Now, we're not going to do that tonight because this is our Christmas show.
Yeah, the holiday and year end.
Yeah,
as well.
it's kind of a wrap-up thing.
Yeah.
But that's what we do.
Okay.
And if you like that kind of thing,
Then this is a place for you.
and listen to all the past episodes.
Yes.
As many as you can find.
Yeah, I
All
think
of
we're
them.
going to cap out at 349 this year.
349.
One shy, but that's okay. We're going to start the new year at 350, I believe. So
That's right.
yeah. Anyways,
My favorite engine size.
Without further ado, we do have a couple of announcements. We've got one of our absolute favorite things to do on the show is give gear away and other accoutrements.
Oh, yes, we do.
Merch type things to those people that support our show, our Patreons, our
Executive producers,
Thank you.
Todd, and our grand poobahs, Todd.
yes
great.
on Patreon.
Yes, via Patreon.
Via Patreon. And one of the things we're going to give away, one of our recent guests, Rattlesnake Cables,
Yes.
as we mentioned, not blowing smoke. We're going to be giving a cable away probably, I think, this week. And then
Nice.
also,
That's a nice looking cable, by the way.
one of our favorite guitar players, Johnny Marr, is he has that book out. And I think that needs to land on somebody's coffee table.
I think that
So we're
would
going to
be.
do one of those too.
Oh my goodness, I'm dumbfounded.
Yes.
I'm gobsmacked.
Yes, but not at a loss of words. Okay, let's get moving on. That was the general announcements. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff today. It's a bit of a round table, just catching up with everybody. Tony's smacking the table.
Just trying to keep secrets.
Tony,
Yes.
let's kick off this week. What is going on in your music world this week? Tony Baloney.
Baloney.
Thank you. I was waiting for my name, my official name. Well, last time we got together, I was talking about Dusty Hill's collection auction. Talk about being gobsmacked. The things that went, I think almost everything, with a couple of minor exceptions, went for way more than what they projected was
Really?
going to go. Oh my God.
Are you serious?
Oh
Name
my
a few.
God. Well,
Name a few.
yes, I'm going to. So, we had talked about the MTV award, the little astronaut that they got for legs, and they guesstimated it was going to be between $10,000 and $15,000.
Yeah.
$25,400.
My God.
We did call
Well,
that.
wait.
Yeah, we did call. Well, actually, we called all of this.
Oh, hey, look at us.
The Dean Fuzzy Bass.
Yes.
They projected 80 to 120,000.
I predict, having not seen what you're about to show us, sold for more than the vintage Fender.
You would be wrong.
Really?
Yes. So the Fuzzy Bass ended up selling for $317,500.
No way.
Wow.
317.
It's so iconic. I mean, it could be, aside from Paul Simonon's bass, that could be the most
It's-
famous bass in rock and roll history.
It is. I mean, there was the story behind
Did you
that.
use Cinnamon's face?
Paul
Simonon.
Simonon from The Clash, the one he smashed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Cinnamon girl.
Yeah, you said it so quick. I was like, what was it?
Simonon.
Simonon.
Yeah, the famous London Calling picture where he's got
Right, gotcha.
he's raising up the bass and then he smashed it.
Smooshed it. So, the story behind that, as I've did a little research into that, is Billy Gibbons had called Dean Guitars
Yeah.
and said, hey, I just picked up these sheepskins in Scotland. They were touring the UK. And Dean said, yeah, send them over. We'll do something with it. And, they kind of wrapped their basically Explorer style or standards, as they
So
would
that's
call them.
wool?
It's real sheepskin
Wow.
on the thing. Yes.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
300 and what?
317,500.
So that means that Billy's Explorer is going to be
Fuzzy
probably get
Explorer.
close
What's he got,
to at
58?
least double that.
I don't know if it would get double that, but it'll
Nah,
be
I'm calling double.
okay. Well, he's not selling it, so
I think a little more,
not
but not
yet.
double.
What does he got?
But
Like a
a
58
little more.
Explorer? Or?
no.
That's a Dean.
His
probably.
fuzzy.
This is a Dean.
Oh, his
too.
both of them
fuzzy.
were
Yeah,
so.
matching,
Yeah,
and they spun
Gotcha,
it.
yeah.
gotcha,
Dean
gotcha.
made a fuzzy bass and a
I
fuzzy.
don't know if you're
Gotcha.
familiar with rock and roll history, but
No,
Yes.
I'm familiar with those two. I thought it was like something cooler,
Yeah.
like an actual. Anyways,
Anyhow, but I believe this was the top priced instrument in the bunch. Was his 53P bass that I think he used on the first two albums, and they again estimated between $80,000 and $120,000.
wait, 520.
You'd be wrong.
423.
Closer.
Price is Right without going over 440.
That's not no. You'd have to go 422
No.
because he said 423, and it's lower than that.
300 and
He didn't say lower. He just
I
said
said closer.
He said closer. I said 440.
You'd be wrong.
Okay, well,
Aha!
so what's the total?
Three $393.7.
We all went over. $1.
Yeah,
Oh,
So I mean,
You would have won.
It's
You would've
amazing.
gone a dollar under.
No. 'Cause
Just-
it's still Price is
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
It's
that's
still
right.
over.
That's right.
just shy of $400,000 on that. I mean,
That's
wow.
I'm happy for
That's nuts.
wherever the money is going to. I'm guessing it's going to his
I bet you
surviving family or
the owner of
His
Road
estate,
bought it.
yeah.
Family.
You think?
Somebody owns that
He bought-
estate.
he bought
Whoever owns the estate.
Cobain's guitar.
Yeah, maybe. Anyhow, but yeah, I just kind of looked through the list, and like everything that they estimated, it was at least 20%, 30% over what they thought.
Is there another shocker in your pile of?
There's not another shocker, but those were the biggies, and those are the ones that we talked about last week.
What?
What?
Do we have to clap that out?
I don't know. What?
What?
Okay. Anyways, keep going.
That's all I've got.
Okay. I thought there was more to that.
You threw me.
Okay. No shocker.
You stumped Todd. I'm sorry. You stumped Tony Baloney.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I thought that was
I got
really cool.
stumped.
Yeah.
The results are still up if you go to Julian's auctions.com, and you can check out and see. But
Is this a place you go to all the time, Julian's?
no. I mean, they do. They're one of the premier auction houses.
house, yeah, so-
So if there's any big collections and things
They
like
typically
this,
don't sell cheap Chinese knockoffs there. So
And,
Tony does not have it bookmarked.
in the last week, I did see. I think Cream City Guitars got like 180 guitars, like 180 guitar collection, and there was another one. Carter's pulled like this huge. Like, what? The heck?
Jared, have you been to the new Carters?
I've not been inside since the new owners.
Okay.
Wow, how is that possible? You live there.
Well, they moved across the
Just
street.
working and stuff.
They took over some big warehouse space that's kind of pretty much across the street from
I didn't even know
the old
that.
store, and it's a pretty cool looking space. I mean, it's got like those old factory kind of wood floors kind of thing.
Cool.
Pretty cool looking place.
That made me think of something. We could do a nice thing for the listeners. Jared, if you next time wouldn't mind like taking a picture in front of one of the giant pair of Nashville wings with your guitar knob shirt on and like two fingers up giving a kissy face, we'll make a postcard out of that and send it to our listeners.
I hate those wings. And I'll tell you why.
Please do it. Please.
We walk down to the Gulch for lunch a lot. And there's the line for the wings blocks the sidewalk. And I always become an old grumpy curmudgeon
Please do it.
about it. And I'm
Please
like,
do
get out of the way. This is a public sidewalk. Go have your line go somewhere else for the stupid
All right,
wing.
if you can't do that, can you at least go to a Buffalo Wild Wings and get a picture of yourself eating buffalo wings?
No, go to Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever.
Bring
and
the wings over
Bring
to
the
the-
wings in front of the wings and eat the wings in front of the wings.
I might do that.
Yeah, now we're talking.
I'll buy the wings.
Make this happen, Jared.
I'm buying the wings if that happens.
that we can make that. We can make that our New Year cart.
Yeah.
There you
Send it
go.
out. All right, Rob. How about yourself?
My music week. I'm still messing around with different clones.
Yes.
Tony loaned me one, which you guys talked about, about a year ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We
about-
actually gave a couple of these away.
Yeah. These little Chinese
Maybe
knockoffs.
we might have to do that again. I'm thinking.
Maybe so.
But yeah, I didn't get to play one from the first, when you guys first did that. And I guess John Esterly did some.
Yeah, John did some
Fixes.
mods to it,
Yeah.
and put a pink LED in it. That makes all the difference.
That's actually where the tone comes from. Yeah.
And he did not. I think the one reason it doesn't sound exactly like you're expecting is there was no black goop.
There
on
is
the
no
inside.
black goop. No, you can see all the components. So there's nothing, dampening the. Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, I just had a good idea.
Yeah, you had a thought.
He had a thought.
It got me a thought.
So, but anyways, yeah, it was actually astonishingly good pedal. I'm at a loss. That yeah. What did you say you bought that for?
Oh, I think I got like 6 of them, and they were like. 20.
Yeah, la, 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 la.
Oh, nice. The guy who always
They're
wants to
really,
talk
really
money about
expensive.
everything.
They're really expensive.
Yeah.
But that's how much we care.
Yeah.
if we do this again.
If we do this again, that's how
Okay.
much we're very caring people.
Well, for the undisclosed amount, I thought it was pretty darn impressive for
I
what
think
it
so.
was.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
not
dig it.
bad at all.
So the Klon quest continues.
Continues until I've tried them all.
All right.
Nice.
It's getting there.
Okay.
Jared, what about you? Monfrere?
So, a wake-up call in my music world this week.
Oh.
So we had some really awful, treacherous weather, and don't mean to be Debbie Downer, but we had some serious tornadoes where we live.
Oh, yeah.
Our power was out for maybe an hour and 40 minutes, and we didn't have any damage. And so we really lucked out. And by the time I got the generator out and the cord stretched out, the power came back on. One of those deals.
Now, didn't it tear through where you used to live down there in Hendersonville?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So it tore through there. It tore through our town, the current town that I'm in. It took our Kroger out. It took out a whole building where a oil changing place, a pizza shop, and the building's gone.
Wait.
Wow.
I mean, it was
The pizza shop?
Well, no, not the good pizza
Not
shop.
the
Oh,
pizza
okay.
shop, but a
Yeah.
pizza
Pizza
shop.
shop.
A pizza shop that we don't order from. So,
Yeah.
but it's if you look at the damage path, it's pretty much where you saw on the radar, and the tornadoes did a lot of damage. There's a lot of people without homes right now, and so what that did was that prompted my wife to chew me out the next day about putting insurance on my guitars.
Wait.
What?
You don't have that yet or nothing? Oh my.
No,
I don't know if I
Jared.
carry insurance anymore
because
either.
then she'd know what they're worth.
It.
All right. Well, here's a tip. Check your homeowner's insurance policy.
Right.
There's usually an amount, but you can actually, if you don't want to go through and list everything separately, you can buy a rider to cover musical instruments.
Writer.
But there's a limit to that how much you can do. If you want greater than what you can actually get from your insurance company, you have to go to a different insurance company that specializes in just vintage and other
Oh, yeah.
musical gear.
I remember why
Yeah.
I don't have insurance anymore. It's they're all owned by my business now. That's why. Because I used to have specialty insurance
Yeah.
for that.
Nice, yeah. I don't have that anymore. So on Sunday, after she tore me a new butt about it, I actually sat down and on an Excel spread and just spent a few hours to input all the information.
Did
So-
inventory was the grand total.
No, you
No.
can't ask that.
No.
Rob.
Why not?
no.
This says the guy who asks prices about everything.
Yeah, but this
wants
is
to play like
personal
guess the price.
information.
What do you mean? Jared
Yeah.
doesn't care.
About
It is an amount of
150 bucks.
money in which should be insured.
Yeah, it should be. I mean,
Yeah.
it costs you some money to do, but as you had this wake up call, if something would have happened to your place and you would have lost all
Oh
of
my
that,
gosh.
you
Can
would
You
have.
said if
imagine
I
that?
didn't do this, and my guitars would start disappearing. So,
Ooh.
Okay.
well, she's right. It should have been done a long time ago. So I
I think
doing
that's smart. Well, I think the first step though, Jared, call your insurance agent.
I did, and
They-
they want what they want. They want specific information on the high dollar stuff, and on a lot of stuff I have actual receipts, so
Yeah.
I'll just use that. But
but
I'm going to kind of go
But
beyond and
you
take
can get
pictures
it appraised
of them.
too. You don't have to have actual receipts.
Yeah.
It's not how much you paid for it. It's how much it's worth.
but it's
Yeah.
but the problem with that,
The new stuff is what it's worth, but I do have some old stuff that I'll have appraised, and I'll pay to have them appraised.
yeah, and you'll have. I
Not
mean,
really.
you're not going to be able to. Your insurance, almost guarantee you, will put an upper limit on what that is, and that's probably under $20,000 or $30,000.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
you might consider going to one of these outside and specialty insurance companies.
Yeah, you're right. I might do that.
If I can throw something in there, if you're going to go with a specialty
Sure.
individual policy, I went way down this rabbit hole like 5-6 years ago. Heritage is the most comprehensive. I was shocked how many specialty insurance covering instruments for professional use omitted loss. One was loss if it's in a trailer. And I'm like, well,
all the places you would get it lost.
Yeah, it's like this specially for music gear for musicians, but if it's stolen out of a trailer, it's not covered.
Not applicable if taken while your back was turned.
Yeah, I mean,
It doesn't have any trailers, so I think I'll be all right.
well, I know. I'm just saying that a lot of these policies they have so many disclaimers that things you would never think of being covering
Not
for
applicable if held at gunpoint.
Yeah.
I have an alarm on my home, and I have a hidden room.
What's your passcode?
It's something or other or something.
Anyways,
Heritage. Check out that one if you're. That's my
right, and that I think maybe the listeners out there who might be scratching their chin a little bit, going, maybe I should get on that. So I mean, I'm sure.
Probably.
I know some of our poobahs have redunculous collections.
Well, especially if
you
you're
have
using
over
it out.
$5,000 or $10,000 worth of stuff. Just do it.
Yeah.
You're going to get a fraction of that from
anyways.
insurance anyway.
Explore your options. That's what we're saying. We are not a legal team.
Yes.
Asterisks do not advocate or guarantee any.
That was a
that
substantial point
was
of
my
early
thing.
withdrawal.
So.
Yeah.
All right, good to know.
So what's the next segment?
We're
Yes.
happy that you are safe and you came through unscathed, albeit for a little inconvenience of power outage.
And can you imagine if it had come close and you're like, wow, that was close. Thank goodness. My family at home, my deck!
The deck blew off.
That was such a
the entire
build,
summer
man.
building.
Oh my god.
Jeez. Oh boy. Anyways, well, since you guys asked.
Oh, hey, Todd, what about you?
Thank you.
Homeboy.
Very excited. I got, it's I always get such a rush when this happens. You're like feeling around on the phone. You're like derp, 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 and then it's like a band comes up. And there were a couple that actually came up this week I was actually really excited about. First one that came up was Adamant. Fan of Adamant. I don't know that I'll go to this one because I'm not a fan of it. I'm not as big a fan of the venue. It's the Firestone in Akron.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all seats. I saw the Cult there. And, it's a beautiful theater.
But
it's
no
not a
room
rock
to
and
dance
roll
around.
theater. And it's like you got to move around to Adamant. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great music.
It's no fun squirming around in your seat.
No, it isn't. And then shortly thereafter, one of my faves is the Dandy Warhols. I really like the Dandy Warhols, and I pounced on it immediately. They're playing at the Newport here. I'm very excited about
Nice.
that. Yeah, I've seen them in a couple places, and actually saw them in L.A. with the Brian Jonestown Massacre.
Oh wow.
Yeah, at the it's not the El Rey. Was it the El Rey Theater? No. Yeah, it's like the Art Deco, like Mexican Art Deco, almost like
The Miami Beach
like
Theater.
Frank Lloyd Wright. It was beautiful inside. Anyways,
Gorgeous.
and that was a night. Let me tell you that.
Okay.
But anyways, very excited about that. So those things happened.
How about the Valentinos?
Well, actually went in and was trying to figure out a little solo-y bit for we're doing a whole pile of new songs. And by the way, I've shared this with a bunch of musicians lately, but one of the things that we use for the guitar knobs is Trello. I use the app Trello to like organize what we do.
Yes.
And after years of like trying to struggle on Google and putting everything, where's the thing? I can't find, all this stuff. I said, you know what? I'm going to see if this will work. So we actually organize our band on Trello now, and it has been a lifesaver. It works so well. If you don't know what that is, TRELLO.com, go check it out. It's sort of like, without throwing out marketing terms, it's kind of like just putting postcards or like, cards, index cards on a wall, but each of those index cards holds all kinds of information and you can move around. It's really, really helpful.
They can't spy on you, can they?
I got like a big pile that's for riffs, a big pile that says work in progress, a thing for lyrics, a thing for shows, merch stuff. It's great. Highly, highly, highly recommend that.
Okay.
Cool.
At any rate, I was looking at my list. I'm like, daggone it, I got to get a little solo bit for this thing. And I was working on it. And I said, boy, okay, I think I'm like starting to bang my head into a wall here a little bit. And just decided to put it on pause. I grabbed Jerry, actually, the gold Viking, and bang! Out popped the dang old song, a whole thing. And I was like, oh, what the? I love when this happens. So I was really excited about that. It felt good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's gold, Jerry.
It's gold.
Gold.
That's a great show.
Yeah, so that's it. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
There's a lot going on there. Lots going on.
Lots going on.
Anyways, okay, so onward and upward with what we're going to be talking about. We're just going to kind of go like year in review, like things that have happened during the year that we're excited about. Tony's got this bag
Tony's
of something.
making me
I do
nervous.
not understand what's going on.
He's got this look on his face, and he's slowly pulling this bag
All
off
right,
from
Todd.
Todd,
Go ahead, Tony.
I hope you're not mad at me
Why?
because I invited somebody.
bells.
Yes.
Are the
Jingle
cows coming
bells.
home?
Okay.
Merry Christmas!
Oh,
Merry Christmas, everyone! All the little guitar boys and girls
Tony
out there.
Claus.
It's back! Ho, ho, ho.
Baloney Claus, I mean. Sorry.
Oh,
Baloney Claus.
oh. Have you been a good boy, Todd?
That was one heck of a wind-up. Yes, Tony, I think I have.
Okay, Jared, how about you?
Hell yeah.
Oh, don't use those cuss words, Jared. That doesn't sit well with Mrs. Claus. Rob, how about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Rob.
Yeah.
He just has a shirt. He's got several shirts. Actually, I think all of his shirts it just says meh.
Meh.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll get
I'm
you
gonna
a
trademark that.
We'll get you a nice either navy or khaki T-shirt this year. Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
brand new. Tony, how about you?
Oh,
I've been okay. I think I've been okay.
okay.
Okay. Well, I already know Todd sent his requests in, back in January, I think. But I'm going to ask him right now. Todd, what is it that you'd like for Christmas?
I'm not prepared for this.
Oh, you're like the little boy that pees his pants whenever he sits on my lap.
All right, Baloney Claus.
Yes, Todd.
I think we should all take advantage of you being
Oh,
here.
yes, that would be a good idea.
And Rob, I need Rob's gonna come
Yeah.
and sit on your lap.
I'm not sitting on the.
Well, now you don't have to. You're a big boy now, and you don't have
guy in a
to
red
sit
suit.
on my lap. Rob, Chafe, what would you like for Christmas?
I would like a 1982 Gibson E2 Explorer, please. Tobacco Burst.
Tobacco burst.
Tobacco Burst.
I have a few silver bursts sitting back at the
No, you don't.
the pole.
They never made that one in Silver Burst.
Are you saying I don't know what I'm talking about?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
It's a good thing Tony's.
I think
just
you're
Tony's
going
in
Calling it
here.
out.
You might have some coal coming your way. Oh, let's go over to Jared. Jared, I know you've been good this year. And I made that tornado dodge past your house until you can get insurance on your collection.
Thanks. Thanks, Santa Baloney.
Well, you're very welcome. Now, what would you like for Christmas?
Well, Santa Baloney. It's Baloney Claus, Jared. Santa Baloney's not.
Todd, I answered a many names.
Yes.
It's like a brand of baloney.
Santa Baloney.
Just don't make bologna out of
Read
Santa.
the cue cards, Jared.
Another a bottle of Knob Creek smoked maple. It's really good bourbon.
Well, there you go. That's a nice choice.
Also, somebody got me a very, very, very fine book for Christmas.
One of my elves, no doubt.
Yes, absolutely. Very, very.
Oh, yes. Well, that's good. I'm glad you've been a good boy this year. Todd, now,
Yes.
you sometimes are not such a nice boy.
Especially the Baloney Claus.
There have been several years in your distant past that you are on the naughty list.
Yes, that's fair.
Oh,
That is fair.
But I think you've been a good boy this year. So what is it that you would like?
You know, if I'm being honest, I think it would be. I'd actually really like to get like a proper, not a need to be insured by a separate third party company. Junior. Yeah, I'd really like one.
Everyone likes a junior.
Yeah,
like just a single pickup.
single P90. Yeah.
Wrap around
I
tailpiece.
know where there's one for sale local.
Well, okay.
Well,
Just
you
saying.
never know.
Yeah.
Maybe I should talk
I'd even go.
Rob.
I'd even go
No,
with the
no,
burst on
no.
that. Actually, I mean,
Yeah, it's
I'd lean towards black, but
This one's a tobacco burst, single pickup. It's either late 90s or early 2000s.
yeah,
It's in really good shape. Nothing special, but
yeah.
special. Again.
All
Yeah,
juniors are
special enough.
special,
Yeah.
Rob. Don't you know anything?
Yeah,
Maybe he could get the a silver burst in that, like
Yeah.
they made.
Tony, what do you want? You got to get up on Santa Claus's lap there.
Well, I guess I could. I mean, do you mind if I get on your lap, Santa? No. Oh, you're a big boy, but come on up here. Okay.
Rob, call 911.
What's
Well-
going on there, Santa?
Well, I'm sorry about that, Santa. I mean, you know what? I've got a lot of things already, and what I would like more than anything is for all of my friends, some in this room, some around this world, to be happy and successful as they have been this past year. I think Todd did a nice thing. You know, he's doing the band thing. He's doing the podcast. Rob, he's got a whole new shop. And he's keeping busy. And Jared loves his job down in Nashville.
I do.
And what
Very
more can you ask? You know, in the words of Clarence from It's a Wonderful Life,
Yes.
no man is a failure who has friends.
Oh,
And we're friends. I love that. Okay, you get nothing. Well, I got to get back up north. You know, it's busy time of the year, and I'm going. So, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
oh my goodness! What a treat! What a treat! I can't believe we were graced by Baloney Claus.
Well, you know, I did invite him down.
That was very special.
That was the highlight of the
I
show.
like the sleigh bells.
You like
It might
that?
have been. It's all downhill
Yeah,
from here.
that's pretty much it.
Well,
Yes. Well, I'll have
That
to
was
write
fun.
thank you notes to Baloney Claus for that.
yes.
Yes.
He will like that.
Very, very nice. Well, on that note about this year, yeah, we have had a lot of great things, and I agree with what you said about everybody having a good time doing what they're doing, and we all have our interests. Some of our interests are our day jobs, like Rob and Jared and Tony. So it's just-
Everybody except
it's just
for
me.
Todd.
I got a day job.
Yeah, but he's got things like, well, I guess Jared does too. I was going to say benefits and, retirement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But we are all actually truly lucky, blessed, however you want to term that.
Yeah.
That we
Absolutely.
are able to find joy and laughter and fun in the things that we get to do. So let's recount a bit of that, shall we?
Yeah.
Rob,
Why am I going first on everything?
because
Why am I getting picked on?
Because you're a negative Nancy.
Oh Lord, I'm not
Yeah.
that negative. I'm just honest.
But I like
Call
the
him Moaning Rob.
Boom, 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 boom.
Got one shirt that think is a slob.
Well, we make a horrible blues band.
Yeah, I know.
That wasn't very
Okay. Anyways, Rob, we're just going to kind of go around and just spotlight a few
just a
things.
couple things.
So what's something about this year?
Your new shop. Start there.
Yeah, well, new shop was actually last year.
I mean,
So-
but it's this year-ish.
This year, yeah, is it like
Mostly
meaning
this year.
like July of last year. Yeah, pretty much this year. Yeah, not really.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, within the last 2 years.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean that.
What's happened in your life, Rob?
What have I gotten anything exciting for the shop? No. Oh, well, yeah, it's not very exciting to anybody but me.
Well, you're selling the hell out of this.
Well,
so.
it's I switched out my workbenches because I had one down in the basement where I used to work.
Yeah.
And I got a second one. I put them in the garage, and it was like, this is not enough workspace. And I think, Todd, you've seen it since the new benches went in.
Yes.
It's like what is it? 14 feet of bench, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot of bench.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So that was very exciting.
It's the biggest charcuterie board you ever seen.
Pretty much. And it's just it's beautiful. It's
Nice.
absolutely, so that was exciting, be able to do that, and it all came together just right, and it works.
That was a long
perfectly.
time coming, buddy. I've been down there, and you had very little space before.
Yeah, tell me about it.
crazy.
And I
smaller
still don't.
than this table.
Yeah. Probably total. But yeah, so it's much more space, and I still wish I had more space. It's, I think the shop is 12 feet by 28. So it's still pretty small.
Yeah.
But it's well organized. But yeah, putting in that huge bench, that really helps. So that was very nice. That was a highlight of my year for sure.
You've done a nice job with the shop.
Yeah, trying to organize and make the most out of the space.
Yeah. It looks clean. So when people bring it, they're like, they don't do that.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's funny. I've actually had probably one person a week
It's
mentions
also
that.
weird going into your house.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean,
But
no, because you have a weird house.
what do you mean a weird house? It's a cheese. See, where's Santa Baloney here?
Yeah. Well, see,
We
when
gotta
I
talk
first,
to him about-
when I first
We gotta
started going
talk
to your
about-
house,
Call him back.
Because it's so much for being nice.
The big joke is he always had this box of Cheerios, and I assumed, I'm like, I think he just has a gun in there in case anybody gets wise.
Yeah.
He just likes cereal.
Just like
No,
cereal.
What's
it's the
not
same
to like
box.
about cereal?
It's the same box, like he was checking for a date code on it or something. What's
Yeah.
wrong with him?
Honey Nut Cheerios?
No,
just
regular
Just
Cheerios.
regular Cheerios.
Regular Cheerios.
Yeah.
You put sugar on it?
Sometimes.
Gunpowder.
That's actually a reason that I like the plain Cheerios, is that it keeps me from eating too much sugary
Huh. Do you
Poop,
ever cut up like a banana?
banana. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Natural sugar.
Yeah.
Nice. You ever put any chorizo sausage on there?
Ew. That's
Actually, you know what?
disgusting.
I bet you chorizo sausage tossed with toasted, hot sauced Cheerios would probably in a bowl, like instead of Chex Mix.
No
I
milk.
don't know what
though.
the
no
Spanish
milk.
word for Chex Mix is.
You would
but-
use queso.
disgusting.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
does not sound good at all.
Oh, the
bet it'd be
spicy hot
tasty.
Cheez-Its. Just pour yourself a bowl of spicy hot Cheez-Its and put the chorizo in it and some milk.
That would be better.
Anyways,
Anyway, so that's one
okay,
thing
so that's
from,
a thing.
from
That's
my
a thing.
year that was
Tony. What about yourself? We're done with Rob.
Yeah, well,
For right now.
since we're
Thanks,
talking
Todd.
about shop stuff,
Yeah.
so at the beginning of this year, I blew out my drill press. I blew out my 2 routers. Mm-hmm.
you cleaned.
No, I blew them out. I blew them up. They died.
Yeah.
What?
I lost. I use a hand drill for some things too.
It's in the shop somewhere.
It's there. It's covered under all this plastic
That
shavings.
I believe.
But so the year started off pretty crappy because I had to buy all this stuff, and hundreds of dollars later, everything is working.
Yes.
Not as much as I liked
not
my
the- it's not
original
the old
pieces.
gear.
It's not the old stuff. And you get used to a certain thing. But all things considered, I'm happy with that. I was able to find some pretty good gear bargains this year.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And so I'm a tinkerer at heart, and even these little cheapo things that I pick up, I love updating them, putting new pickups in, new electronics, tuning machines, whatever I can do to make it a better piece. Mm-hmm. And I think for the most part, the ones that I put together, even though I might put just as much in parts as what I paid for the things, they turn out to be decent instruments. And someday when I'm gone, somebody will be happy with them.
Or they will.
Todd.
Have these been willed to anyone yet?
I've already asked him.
Oh, okay. You
he's-
already put your wish
Yeah,
list
oh
together?
my
told him
God,
that.
he's-
I walk around and I put little stickers on,
Oh,
like you do
little
with
T
your
on it.
with your grandma and stuff,
Yeah. Wow, that's proved.
But
very
yeah,
presumptive.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just, again, I talked a little bit earlier about having friends.
I
and
put one
doing-
on his soul.
But I really do consider all you guys some of my best friends, and I mean that to me is worth more than any other monetary or types of things like that. So there you go.
So that means you're willing to part with them right now. That
You'll have to kill me first.
yes, it's a lovely sentiment, Tony.
You got to soul play Uncle Baloney. Come on.
Yes.
Well, Jared, how about yourself?
It's been a great year for my music world, and for me in general. I got a couple of great Gibson guitars that I bought through the demo. I like to buy the demo guitars because they're substantially less than if I bought new through the employee thing, and so I'm really lucky I get to do that. And I can care less if it's a demo or not because I don't really look at the imperfections on a guitar like other people do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even look for them. I just pick it up and play it, plug it in, and have fun. And new scratches are just fine with me. So that, and just playing with my friend again, and my friend's pretty stable now, and it's been a lot of fun working with him musically, which is great. And got to go see you guys a few times in Ohio, and that's always good to visit my friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And
That's
especially staying at Tony Balonski's, that's always a super good time. And so didn't really go on any huge vacations, but I think we're going to plan on one this coming year.
nice.
But, been a good guitar year for me. It's been a good gear year and friend year. Yeah, definitely.
We're gonna tap into a little bit more of that in just a little bit here.
Cool.
I think
Todd?
Yeah, thank you.
Todd?
Yes. I'm really thrilled that we or the Patreon has grown.
Yes.
That our supporters have grown. That allows us to do more giveaways. That allows us to keep our rent and keep this whole thing moving and shaking along. And I think that there has been quite a few interactions that with the listeners. I actually have, you've seen my workspace.
Mm-hmm.
It is half the size of Rob's old bench, but it's really, really small. But one of my favorite things about that area is the wall just to my left. I have all of whenever people send stuff in, whether it's like, to demo or just, or for whatever reason, I got all the notes up there, and that always reminds me that yes, we get to do the show, and yes, it's a lot of fun, but there's people all over the place, all over the world that we've connected with, and to Tony's point, I was like that is just so rewarding. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Even last week we brought up our new friend from Estonia. It's like Estonia. Like, how is that? How is our stupid little signal doing anything outside of this? The walls here is remarkable.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of other great music experiences that have happened. Going to see Jeff, play his last show with the Pumpkins. Well, it was the last show that we got to see him play with the Pumpkins, and Jack Bates, and meeting, getting to meet him in person and hanging out with them after the show a little bit, and loads of great shows. X twice.
Oh yeah.
Got a twofer this year with them, and just I love music, and I love what we're doing, and I love the guitar community and all those good things. More than I could probably drather on about at some point. So okay, we get it, Todd. But what I did want to also ask is, gear wise, this is a gear show.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to say, I know that we've each gotten more than one piece of gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right? So let's go around, and we're going to do our top 3 favorite new pieces of gear.
Ooh.
Okay? That we've gotten.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Tony, am I interrupting you? You picked up your jingle bells for something.
I didn't hear him.
I didn't either. Wait. Is he he's back?
Did he get lost?
Oh, Todd, one thing I forgot to mention. This year, many people have been requesting tour gear design patch cables. And they're nice. They're very close to where I live. They're from Canada. And Canadians are very polite people. I love them. You know what's best about tour gear design patch cables?
No.
They're flat like crepes. I love crepes. Mrs. Claus makes me some wonderful crepes with jambon. Oh, that's ham for you people who don't know. But they're affordable.
Yes.
And they come in all these different sizes. Oh, my goodness. Everyone loves.
And your elves don't have to make them. They're made by other elves in Canada.
That is correct. And I just love the expressions I see on people's faces when they get their tour gear design patch cables.
And when you order them, after you get all of the Santa's letters
Yes.
in, and you make your list, and
Yes.
you go on the website and you have them all in your basket, you probably save a lot of money with our special discount
That's
code.
right, Todd. I love to save money. I could save 15%.
It's amazing.
It's a miracle. It's a Christmas miracle.
It certainly is.
So go over to tourgeardesigns.com and check out all the lengths and all the different types, and you'll love them. It's very, very good, and it'll make you a Merry Christmas, and your pedal board will be very happy too. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Baloney Claus.
Oh my goodness.
I love it. It's so much fun when he gets to visit. Well, thank you. I'm so glad he swung back in for that.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for diling him up before we got too far.
It's good.
Like
It's
he
always
had a
good.
little bit to drink between the first time
He
was
might
here.
have.
Yeah.
Yes.
A little Christmas cheer, perhaps.
Yes. Anyways, so as we were previously saying,
Yes.
there's a handful of things we want to, just kind of check on and say, like, what was our top 3 pieces of gear. After we get through this, I got one little other bit that I just want to call out. There's some other gear announcements out there that I thought
Why
would
don't
be
you
worth
do that a
talking.
little bit first while we
You want to
think
do that
about
a little
our-
bit
our
first?
3
Yeah, do
favorites?
that a little bit first.
Yeah.
All right. So, in the land of, hey, what's going on in actual, gear news, etc., there were a couple things that caught my eye, and one of those things was recently announced the Boss. And I'm not a huge Boss guy, but the Boss
pedal?
IR2, yeah, this is big news.
This is astounding. They're able to fit all that.
It is incredible. This is the Boss IR2. It is an amp and cab pedal. Now, when you look at this, you're like, yeah, but it's a Boss pedal. How can this be? Literally, you can just put this on your board and
go.
record and play live, and it's pretty remarkable. Now, I think the day that it went live, Andertons had already done a recording. And the captain and Pete were talking about this, and they were really honest about it. Obviously, it's like it's not a camper. It's not going to do to the degree that can. But this sells. It's on sale right now at I don't know if it's on sale, but it's $200. Okay, so there's. It's literally, it might be the cheapest amp cab direct out
it's good.
thing except for maybe a Sans amp.
I was gonna say I'm sure Tony knows of some Chinese knockoff somewhere for $20.
But it's coming from Boss, so you know that it's like super duper quality. It has 11 amplifiers. It's got a clean, a twin, a diamond, a tweed, a crunch, a Brit, a high gain brown, a slidden.
Basically, the whole food group.
That's Saldano.
Saldano, yeah, a modded and a rectifier.
Yeah, refrier.
I mean, okay, just for that, whether or not it is, if you put it in a scientific, the world's greatest scientific lab and said it actually does sound like it, or it actually, it's like, it's close enough to where Boss said, yes, we're going to put this out because it's going to be good. It's got cabs, a whole bunch of cabs. It doesn't have any screens, and it has the mic features on the cabs too, which is bananas. It's got a USB out, all the things. I'm just saying, this really caught my attention, and it definitely got the praises sung by Andertons, and they're pretty trustworthy chaps when it comes to the old gear and stuff. So that is certainly something that is worth asking Santa for, because more and more often we're finding ourselves either recording in the home or playing out where we can't be too loud and don't need a giant amplifier and stuff. And this could be the ticket. Another super exciting thing. This just came out, I think, 2 days ago, maybe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's just that. This is the Universal Audio Aux Stomp. So what they've done is they've literally said, that big giant aux box? Yeah, I think we can make a pedal that basically does the same thing.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm dead serious.
It's not a load on it for an amp, though, is it?
It is what is the aux stomp? Well, let me tell you real quick. We're going to measure. This is the Universal Audio for Guitar.com. They said we're going to measure it on more than just marketing guff on the box. So it's important to qualify what this pedal is. It is not, as the aux box is, a load box that can attenuate a real guitar amp. But it takes the aux's suite of carefully modeled speakers, microphones, and effects and ports them into a pedal, aiming to replace any cabinet simulation you can think of. Now, so the proposition is to turn off the cab sim in your modeler or whatever you have and run this at or near the end of your chain. Notably, it is not an IR loader. It uses its own bespoke speaker and mic recreation tech, which Universal Audio claims to be much livelier than boring old IRs, and therefore worth the upgrade. So, if you were running, any kind of preamp kind of situation, not a preamp in the sense of what a preamp is in an amp, but so I didn't really use that right.
I know what you mean, like a pedally.
Yeah, like a pedally
thing.
Amp thing.
Yeah.
Any kind of thing like that. A pedally amp.
Like all the ones that UA makes.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Amazing.
There we go.
Then you can run that straight out, and then you have cab control, that's pretty dang neat. So they do it. If you go over to guitar.com, you can check out their review on this. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I think a lot of really interesting technology is coming out.
Yeah.
yeah, at first I thought, wait, what, they put a loader in this? No, they didn't, but, let's see here. What are some of the other things that caught my attention? Another big thing recently is the Helix firmware update. Now you're like, who cares about a firmware update?
With a firmware update every other week.
Well, I know, but with that comes 24 new models that are packed in. Every time they update, you get more and more models for your Helix or your Stomp or whatever. This includes 8 new guitar amps, 7 new guitar cabs, 2 new bass amps, 2 new bass cabs, and 5 new effects pedals. That's pretty sweet if you are into using these things. That's pretty rad. And that's free. So go update your Helix 3.7 firmware, people.
Make sure you do it in order.
Yeah, in order, people. And let's see, the last and final thing. Oh yeah, it was that there is they announced the Dallas 24 show.
The what? What?
The Dallas 24 Guitar Expo.
Huh?
They announced the Dallas
give us details.
2024 Guitar it's the International Guitar Festival, May 3rd through 5th.
Yeah, that's Jimmy's show.
Yeah, so they do it every year, but
Right.
Saw that announcement up there, and I was like, no, we should go to that, you guys. I'm just saying.
Easy to get to Dallas.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be out at NAMM, but that's in May. Just saying. I think I want to go.
Mother, may I?
Let's go. I think we should go.
Okay.
All right. Now, I thought that was just kind of a fun bunch of updates that all kind of like hit me at all the right time. So we'll get that out of the way. Hope that helped some of you out. We just want to go around the room and just talk about a couple of, 3 is kind of a magic number. And I know we've all, we love getting new gear. So, Rob, why don't you start us off? Just go hit 1 and then we'll keep going.
Okay.
Jared, you got to be ready for your 3, baby.
So this is the most exciting piece of gear I got this entire year.
Or your favorite, whatever.
No, this is the number one. This is the most. This is the most. What do I want to say? Like transformative piece of gear I've gotten all year.
All right.
A Peterson tuner.
Ooh.
Which one?
The new strobe stomp. I don't know what the technical name is. HD. That's what it is.
Stomp.
Yeah, sure. It's the HD one. It's the one with the really big screen. Mm-hmm. It's like the big iPhone.
Yeah.
So, and then what's their names came out with the Canvas one where, did you see that? The new tuner pedal by, was it Walrus that came out with it where you can turn it sideways and tell it go to portrait mode or landscape mode. But yeah, so I got the HD because for years I've never been able to see my tuner in daylight. And we've done more festival shows this past year. And I'm doing,
point.
yeah, and I tuck my pedal board up underneath the monitor so I can kind of see it. But then as the sun sets, it comes across, and then I can't see my tuner anymore. And I'm holding my foot up, like I'm on stage tuning the guitar, holding one foot over the tuner so I can see the LEDs. And so I finally went to the Peterson, and yeah, wow, what a great pedal.
And are you used to using a Peterson?
I've always used the strobe because all my other tunes have been strobe displays just with LEDs.
Right.
So that doesn't bother me at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So yeah, it doesn't send me into a seizure or anything like that.
Yeah. No, that's. I mean, since I'm old school, I mean, we had I guess it was a Peterson. What was the other company that did a strobo? Con. It was maybe a Con.
Oh, okay, probably.
Yeah. And that's what I learned on. This is before maybe even before Boss came out with the TUs.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been what, in the late 80s, early
80s.
90s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
80s,
I mean, maybe
90s,
they were
yeah.
around then, but we couldn't afford them. We just got them old cheap strobos.
But yeah, so that's great too. And now I got to dive. I've had it for almost a year now. I've got to dive into it and program in the sweeteners because I use Anderson's Live and they have the Buzzy Feeten sweeten tuning system. So I'm just going straight. I haven't even dove into that yet, but so I should probably get on that maybe 25.
That
or
might
so.
be smart. Yeah.
Yeah, while it's in there,
It's called tempered tuning.
temper tuning. Yeah, they call it sweeteners. Sweeten tuning or something like that. Yeah, I know.
Sucralose.
Yeah.
Lovely. Tony, about yourself.
Well, I think my most favorite piece of gear this year was my R2R Rangemaster, the amp top. It's a lovely piece of gear, and it's very much like the original amp top version that was in the 60s.
It's about as close as it can get without it being the actual original. That's basically how he sells it. It's like, this is...
Yeah, and Chris uses... I mean, I don't know where he finds all of these vintage parts
That's
and
what
bits and
kinda makes
pieces,
it
and
the-
that's what
the thing.
makes it very, very, very special.
Yeah.
So, I had
That sounds
contacted
amazing.
Chris the last time he was on the show, and he said, "I think I might have a couple of enclosures, and they might have a scratch or something on it." And I said,
Perfect.
"Yeah, even better."
Yeah.
So that was my number one piece, and it's just it sounds good loading into just about every amp that I've got. So.
Fantastic. Jared, about yourself?
Yeah. So for my first, it'll be the Mel 9 pedal from Electro Harmonics. That really enhanced the recording fun that I have with my friend and making music and all that kind of stuff. And
That's the Mellotron simulator, is that right?
Electron Simulator, yeah, it really sounds like it too.
Cool.
You just plug your guitar in, and whatever you play on your chords or whatever, it magically comes out a Mellotron, and there's 9 different settings.
Mm-hmm.
You can get kind of like the Stairway to Heaven, fluty, whatever it is, sound. And then you can get other organy sounds, and it sounds like deteriorating tape, like the original ones did. So, because basically they're just strips of tape that would play through a tape head when you hit the key of whatever note you hit on the Mellotron. So, yeah, I geek out on that thing all the time. I have a lot of fun with it. So,
Well, that's good.
Yep.
That's what makes a special piece your favorite piece.
it is. It's fun.
Special piece for your favorite piece.
Tad, what about
Yeah.
you?
I think my I'm gonna go right now with the bespoke Hello Sailor fuzz that I got.
Ooh.
With the covered in the silk that my grandpa brought back from World War II.
I thought you were going to say wool.
Yeah, no, not in wool. No.
That'd be pretty neat.
Yeah.
Pedal wrapped in wool.
Fuzzy pedal.
I'd buy that.
That would be a great fuzz pedal.
Yeah, it would. That's out there already. But anyways, this one made on the USS Kent while in tactical maneuvers, by the way.
And at the same time.
And at the same time.
You think you'd have more important things to be doing, but
Well, he's...
it's not.
Yeah.
It's hot. Have you ever tried soldering on a wave?
I can imagine.
It's
Yeah.
like tattooing on the back of a 4x4. I imagine. I don't know. Anyways, so that one's really special just because it's so personal.
Yeah.
And Joe and I from Hello Sailor have a really good relationship, and I'm so grateful for that. And that means more than the pedal is worth. Period. But it's a very special thing for me, and that's hands down like the number one thing that I got this year.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Rob, back to you.
Back to
round
me
2
already. Holy poo. I got a Tom Anderson guitar.
Yay.
They might have did it technically show up end of last year? I don't remember.
Yes, no, it ended this year.
Okay,
It was
we'll
this
say-
year.
we'll say it was
Sure.
this year. I don't-
It was this year.
Is
I
it like-
distinctly
is it-
remember
they all-
dropping it off at your house.
Is it like
this year?
red or something?
well,
It's red, isn't
it's it's orange.
it? Okay.
I like orange.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah?
I was
So
kinda,
do we.
I was kind of bummed though when it showed up. I just ordered Sparkle Orange because I ordered that another guitar from them 14 years ago in Sparkle Orange, so I thought it was going to show up the same finish. It was not. Drastically different color. Still orange, but yeah. So I was like, well, that's disappointing because it was more like a orange, less reddish orange, if that makes
Okay.
sense. But anyways, yeah, I've been thinking about ordering this for a decade, and finally said, you know what? Let me just get it over with.
Is it
Order.
is it a Strat body?
So it's an oddball guitar. It's a T body. It's called a Pro Am T. It is a T body alder, short scale, 24 3/4 inch scale length with a roasted maple neck and fingerboard. hum, single hum, locking keys, and a what they call a baby Floyd, or it's a single locking Floyd Rose without the fine tuners. Like the original Floyd Rose.
Yeah.
So again, no locking nut, locking keys, locking bridge, hum, single hum, alder, maple, short scale. It's
So is
like
that it?
When you say short scale, is that what, 24?
well, no, it's all their stuff is custom orders. So
Yeah, I know, but roughly speaking, I just have
No.
one pulled up. It's not that kind of body
It's more like a telly style.
yeah,
Oh, it's like a telly style?
It's a T without a pick guard.
because these ones are called T2. So
No,
okay,
that's a Pro Am.
what is so special? What do you like about the Tom Anderson guitar?
It's fun. I just like everything they do, like how they put the guitar together. It's like, so way back when I had some Suhr guitars, I had Anderson, I had some custom shop Fenders, Melisson, Grosh, bunch of different high-end makers. And for whatever reason, the Anderson stuff just feels like home. Any of them I pick up, just the way they roll the fretboard, just the way they put the ingredients together, I prefer. Not that they are the most perfect guitar or anything, but just fits, how I play the best.
There you go.
So yeah,
Where are they located?
Lake Elsinore, California, I believe.
Really? Mm-hmm. Maybe should we have them on?
Oh man, if we could get Tom to come on, that'd be great. I don't know if he's ever done any real interviews.
Well, all right. Bingo, bango. Let's do it.
Oh, you should. He'd be because he is if not the guy, one of the first to employ CNC routing in guitar production.
Okay.
And he goes from Schecter days, made all their pickups and did all that stuff. Was making bodies and necks for other people for years. And
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that further.
Yeah.
All right. Just doing business while I'm
There we
doing
go.
business.
While we're doing that. But anyways, so that's my new playing out guitar. I wanted one guitar that I could take to any gig, and I mean any gig, and have it work. And with the locking and the hum, single hum, and it's got coil tapping and
Jiminy
blah.
Christmas.
Oh, it's like but it doesn't look complex. You look at it, it's volume, tone, 5-way switch, but it's got a lot of things hiding in there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay. I dig it. Tony.
Let's see. I think one of this year's favorite cheapo guitars that I got was a Billy Bo Jupiter. This is one that was made overseas, and it was one that
You mean like England?
the other direction.
Oh, okay. Germany.
And it was dirt cheap to start. I didn't expect much out of it, but when it got here, I was very pleasantly surprised. I mean, and this one is the one that's kind of like, Billy Gibbons made it famous, but Bo Diddley actually Gretsch had made guitars like this for him back in the 1960s, maybe in the 50s. I think the 50s, and it's just it's a really weird shaped guitar. It's surprisingly comfortable to play, and so what I typically do with these things is again gut them, drop in the I usually use TV Jones pickups in those, and change out the tuning machines, make new plastic for it because those are always kind of bleh. And I just think it for what I had in this instrument, it's one of my favorite little guitars to just kind of pick up and play every once in a while. So
I love it.
That was one of this year's purchases.
very nice.
Excellent. Jared.
My 1974 Gibson Custom SG.
I mean, that's okay.
I mean, it'll
Just
do.
kidding.
I mean, geez.
That sounds awesome. Tell us about it, Jared.
Uncle Tony Baloney made a pickguard for it. It's got a white pickguard. It's kind of a deep cherry color. I bought it maybe 3 years ago, and then I think it had something wrong with the headstock, and I don't remember and I can't even see where the break or the crack was anymore. That was repaired and then refinished. It used to be UPS brown, and lays guitar. My buddies up in Akron, they brought it around, and I finally got to put it together this year, and and I didn't really focus on the wiring harness wiring that I used, and just kind of did it on a whim, and ended up not sounding very good. So I just took the middle pickup out, and I can't believe how much better it sounds.
Now, did Gibson ever do a cherry version of that?
Yes.
Okay. I remember. Obviously, I've seen them white, and I've seen them in the 70s in walnut. But I don't remember seeing them in cherry red.
There are some around that were cherry, but you do see more of the walnut than you do the cherry.
Yeah.
Walnut was more popular in the 70s. But this wasn't. I can't stand that color. I'm sorry. It just looks like either mud or poop.
Your choice.
Okay.
Mud or
or like canned dog food color.
Yeah, I agree. That wasn't. Yeah, there's some people that like walnut, but I tend to agree. It's not. Wouldn't be my first choice.
I think some of the ES335 models looked okay in walnut, because I think you saw a lot more grain and a lot more. They looked a little better in walnut, and my friend has one, and it's a good looking guitar. But when it comes to a smaller, solid body, there's less flat, and there's just less there, and it just doesn't look that. To me, it just didn't look good. And it
looks kind of monochromatic.
Yeah, it was like plain walnut color.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a nice deep cherry now. It sounds outstanding. So, and it sounds and looks good. I'm very happy with it. I mean, the neck could be a little wider, but what are you going to do? It's 70s, what they did. But turned out really well.
Cool.
So,
not too shabby.
Yeah.
How about Todd?
Well, number 2, I think is going to be the. I'm gonna hit the fuzz button again. The Darlington Flyer fuzz from Izzy Reeves. That to me was like it was a treat, because it was the very first offering that she had. It was first offering, and I really love the Reeveses and what they're doing over there, and I like things that have special. I think we all do. That's not, just for me, but it was just really exciting. When you get in on something at the ground floor, baby, start at the bottom. It's kind of nice, and that's just a special piece, because I know who built it, and I really like the people that built that. So that's my number 2, and it sounds fantastic. Like, what are you gonna do?
That's a bonus.
It's absolutely. Fortunately, all those things that I've mentioned so far stand up to it and go like, yeah, I can definitely have fun with it and use it very much. So thank you to the Reeveses for putting that together.
Reeveses, is that the plural of Reeves?
The Reeves Electro. Yes. All right.
Good stuff.
Now about our last go around, and then we're gonna go check out. We're gonna go hop in the El Camino.
All right. I am predicting this is going to be a good purchase from this year. I don't know, because I haven't plugged it in yet.
What?
It's the amp I bought a couple of weeks ago.
It
showed up last week, and it's just sitting in the shop in the box.
Why?
I'm a busy guy right now, and I'm plugging in everything else that I have to get it out the door, and so I haven't even plugged it in yet. But a buddy of mine had.
I'm just a busy guy who leads a busy life. I work from 9 to 5. Hell, boy, I pay the price. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Todd.
A little Rockwell for you back there.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I've heard one before. A buddy of mine had one for many years, so I'm predicting this is going to be a great purchase from this year. So
very cool. Well, you definitely have to inform us once you get the little Christmas break coming up.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping is actually probably
a
week after next. I'm gonna
Right on. For whatever reason, have you ever owned a high watt?
No.
You've worked on high watts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're just not my thing. They're much too clean and much too loud
Okay.
for me. I mean,
Yeah.
but
Sort of like the Concorde over there.
no, high watt is loud.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
I know, but I mean the clean is like
Yeah.
loud and clean, and that's all it's going to be.
Yeah, they're
Well, if you want that to sound better, take it to somebody who knows what they're doing.
I should.
Right.
Yes. If I could only find someone.
yeah, definitely.
All right, Tony.
I would say the other piece that I did some wheeling and dealing and trading for this year was a '68 Gretsch Corvette.
Yes, that was really cool.
And it's a cool guitar. It's a black to
You
red
got to bring
burst.
that in to let him see it.
Yeah, well, have you seen it?
It's really cool.
I have not.
You haven't
Yeah,
seen
in
that
person,
one.
I think it's one of those guitars that's cooler in person than it is in pictures.
Yeah, and it's one of those
It looks
oddball
stupid in pictures.
4+2 headstocks. It's got
Thanks for censoring, Todd.
it's it's got the Hylotrons, which I guess I never experienced true vintage Hylotrons before, and it's a great sounding guitar. And I mean, these Hylos are probably, I think their output is like 3 or 3.5,
Wow.
something stupid. But they're the way that they're made, they just sound really good. So, and it's got a Bigsby, but it's a Gretsch branded Bigsby. So it's just a really cool thing.
But
And
it's a vintage Gretsch branded Bigsby.
that actually works.
yeah,
yes.
that's probably worth far more than the guitar is.
I don't know about that. I mean,
Just dissing your number 3 left and right here.
No, I'm not dissing. I'm just
It's ugly in pictures.
It's like one of
Bridge
those.
is worth more than the whole guitar's worth.
It's like when I had when I got that Concorde, you're like, you should just get rid of that thing and sell the speakers. You can buy 2 of
well,
those
you
for the
could buy,
speakers.
yeah,
Wow,
you
you
could
could
sell
with
the
that.
Fane speakers.
Yeah. We're not lying there.
Yeah. All right.
So-
Yeah, maybe I will. How about that?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, that's it.
So
Great.
That's it.
That's it.
Jared, last one.
Oh, it's got to be my 1954 custom shop. Custom. I just got.
Yes, I was wondering. Is like you're leaving kind of a big one out there.
Yeah, I've always wanted one of those, and I waited a long time, and finally one popped up on the demo list, and that was available, and I grabbed it, and
Yeah.
very, very happy with it.
I'm looking forward to seeing that / playing that in person.
Yeah, and it's pretty close in detail. If you had like a black custom from today, like a black Les Paul custom gold hardware, it's pretty much a well-known basic look. And if you set it beside the 54, there's a lot of really cool differences. And of course, notably, the pickups are different. There's a staple in the neck, 54 staple, which is really cool. It has the cool all nickel gold magnets, and the P90 at the bridge. And Mark Agnesi, Gibson, he saw me in the hallway. He's like, "Hey man, you go in my office and check out the 54 in there. I know you just got that 54 the other day." And he's got a real one, and he's got a real 54. So I was able to actually
that.
compare the two together. So
And
that was really fun. So
That's it?
no, and you compared them.
Comparison,
What was
Jared.
what was your feeling?
So the original one, the magnets have chamfers on most of those old and new staples, and the original one didn't. So I was kind of,
That's interesting.
I was like wondering if that's really the big difference. And the old one is a little lighter too.
Interesting.
It's
I know.
pretty cool.
Last time we talked about that, I asked you about why Gibson used the staple on the neck, and actually in that Les Paul book, they talk about that, and apparently that was Seth Lover's last single coil pickup that he designed, and they were shooting for that, the Dynasonic Gretsch sound.
Really?
He wanted it to sound as clean as possible.
Yeah, and that was kind of interesting, and that's you would think that they would have tried to make it the two pickups match, but they used just a standard P90 in the bridge and that staple in the neck, and I guess maybe players back then used the neck pickup more. I don't know.
I would
They
imagine
did.
so.
Probably.
Yeah, jazzy bits. And
Jazz music was still kind of popular in the early 50s. So
Nice.
Just kind of.
even though rock and roll came around, jazz was still pretty prominent.
well, imagine too, some of the earlier amps would have been like much cleaner and brighter, like the early Fender things. So playing with the Fender neck or the Les Paul neck would have sweetened the tone.
Oh yeah, there's definitely value to an old original, tube amp. We have I forgot what it's called. We have an old Gibson amp in the lab,
Probably
and
a GA5 or GA7.
smaller. It's a name. It's not a GA. It's
A lot of them had names, but they also had the corresponding GA.
Skylark
whatever.
Oh,
and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
So, that's
Anyway.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, neato, man.
Yeah.
Well, for me, the maybe we're not ranking him as most or anything
Yeah.
like that, but
I did. You're
you
not.
did. I'm not.
Oh.
I can't do that.
Oh,
Jerry.
Jerry.
That was this year?
I got Jerry this year.
That's
yes,
right.
my gold Hagstrom Viking that matches the black one, and then telling you put the black sparkle pick guard on the gold sparkle guitar,
That's right.
and I dropped a Duesenberg trem on it, which was really, really, really cool. Sorry, vibrato, whatever. And, it's pretty.
You say tremolo, I say vibrato.
Yeah, it's somewhat
tremolo.
Tremolo. So I've just had such fun with that, and have gotten a load of new songs out of that. I was watching one of the things that Johnny Marr was talking about, where he's told the story loads of times about when he went in and he signed in the deal to get the big record deal, and he said, "I'll do it if you buy me a brand new guitar." They go into the guitar shop. He picks up this red Gibson 355, and the very first thing that comes out is the opening to "Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now," which is my favorite of their songs. And it's just, he goes, "I didn't do it. This is what the guitar did," and that's what Vinny did or not Vinny. Well, Vinny did that too, but Jerry did this for a whole bunch of these too. And it's just exciting when that happens. Like when you're playing and creating, sometimes you get worried about like, when's the next, where do I get the next thing? How do I do the next? And then you just like stop thinking for a second, and then the guitar gives it to you. And I just love that.
And in another video, I've seen it when he picked up his Rickenbacker.
Yeah.
Same thing. Rickenbacker.
Yeah.
What the riff from "What Difference Does It Make?"
Yeah.
That's what he picked up the guitar and started playing, and that's what came out of it. So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. That
He should pick up a lot of guitars. More. Keep doing that. Keep
more
doing that,
more
Johnny.
guitars.
Yeah. Anyways, this has been great fun.
Yes.
It is time for us to hop in the car and throw our empties on Jared's porch.
Why not?
His deck.
Put it in a nice pile.
Put it underneath. It's got a hole in the.
But the
that would be-
farther
hide 'em
you
underneath.
get from the house, if you make it, it's worth more. That's the thing.
It could be like a new kind of cornhole game.
It is.
Toss
It's
the
giant cornhole. Anyways, let's do this. Do it, Tony. What?
No, so I'm going to start it out. And then
Oh,
I'll
you're
have
going to start
Tony-
it out?
Yeah, he's going to start it out.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you're not thinking right now. So, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time in this Christmas special to play a little game called Would You Rather?
Oh, my.
That's
Yes. And this is brought to
this
us.
week's Would You Rather? I'm going to have Tony read this.
All right. So our good friend and executive producer, Trevor Ellenberg, sent
Yeah.
us a Christmas themed Would You Rather.
Ho, 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 ho.
Ho, ho. Just when you thought it was safe to go outside. It's kind of a play on The Night Before Christmas.
Yes. Well, have at it.
Let me read it to you.
Yes.
Children, gather round, and let me read you this Christmas poem. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the hall, not a shredder was shredding, not even Les Paul. The six strings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. Guitarists were nestled all snug in their beds, while wish lists from Sweetwater danced in their heads. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, a voice in the distance that sang, "Would you rather?" Away to the window I flew like the Clash, tore open the shutters and threw up in the sash. And then what to my wondering eyes did appear? Guitar, amps, and pedals, and lots of new gear. Then suddenly Santa, while playing the blues, got out of his sleigh and asked me to choose. Jared, what would you like? What would Santa like us to choose?
So, this is what Santa has for us. Would you rather choose a Grinch-themed green guitar rig with a bright green flocked Explorer, a green Marshall stack,
Nice.
and a pedal board with a way huge swollen pickle?
How about a green tube screamer?
And a Line 6 DL4, don't forget that.
All green.
Or a Santa-themed red and white guitar rig with a red Gretsch Sparkle Jet, a red and white Tone King Imperial Mark II, and a pedal board with an Electro Harmonics POG2, JHS Angry Charlie, and TC Electronic Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Wow.
That is really, that is,
There are no slouches
what a
there.
clever person Trevor Ellenberg is. Thank you so much, Trevor. That was really cool. He says, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all the Guitar Knobs listeners from
That's right.
Trevor. So thank you. Thank you so much. All right, Tanya.
Well, as cool as I think that the green package would be,
Yeah.
a green flocked Explorer especially,
Yeah.
I think I'm going with the red and white Santa theme because I love me some Gretsch Sparkle Jets. Tone King Imperial Mark II. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, Rob doesn't like it. Rob, let's ask Rob. He won't like it. He hates everything.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's the Mikey of the podcast.
I like lots of stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
You don't like it.
And I think the pedals are cool. I could be happy with just the Gretsch and the Tone King, quite
Yes.
honestly.
But you're going for the Santa package.
I'm going for the Santa
Well,
package.
you know Baloney Claus very, very well, so I
Well-
think that was a gimme.
Well, yes.
Rob, how about yourself?
I'm going green.
Any particular reason why?
Explorer, Marshall. I mean, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
All right.
there we go. That's all I got to say about that.
I mean, I guess so. Jared, about yourself?
I'm going to go with the, since I don't have I'm going to get the red and white Santa gift pack.
I
with
like that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that I could see you playing a Sparkle Jet, though.
Yeah,
it's so
I don't-
tiny on you.
I mean, I've
Same
had
size as the Les Paul.
Explorers, and I've got Marshalls. I've got all that stuff. I want
Yeah, that's
give
fair.
Uncle Jared something new.
Yeah, okay. All right. We could work that out, I'm sure.
Todd?
I'm with Rob on this one. You had me at Explorer for sure.
Fuzzy green.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Good choice.
And a Marshall and a swollen pickle.
There you go.
You know.
What more do you need?
Yeah. Well. Yes. Are you exiting out? Is that our exit music?
It's our exit music.
That's our exit
Okay,
music.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
he's coming
I'm like,
back.
it's
He's
coming
drunk. Slaying in circles.
All right. Well, we need to thank a few people for the end of this year, Tony.
Oh, you're right, Todd, because at this point of the show, there's a very special group of people that we love to thank.
That's right.
These are our executive producers.
Yep.
Now, an executive producer makes this show possible.
By all means.
How do you become one? Head over to patreon.com/the Guitar Knobs. Check out a couple different levels in which you can participate. Become a patron, a sponsor, a friend, a hero,
Yes.
an all-around nice person to the podcast. Each level comes with some very nice thank you gifts. And did I talk about the opportunities to win great giveaways? Did I talk about that? Todd?
No.
Let me talk a little about it.
Yeah, please do.
And we're going to be doing one here for this beautiful, and it's actually a very handsome rattlesnake cable.
It is. Well, that
And-
one's mine.
Oh,
I just brought it in for a prop for a
Oh.
video. We're gonna.
You're not going to give away
Oh.
the used
let's
one?
give Todd's used one
I
away.
mean,
And Todd keeps the new one.
I don't think.
I like your thinking.
Yeah.
Odds as well.
But
Yeah.
above and beyond
I'll sign
all,
this one.
above and beyond all that great stuff,
Yep.
there is one thing more. Jared, tell me,
get to have-
please.
You get to have your name read on the thing.
Your
Happy
name-
New Year.
Read on the thing. That's what I'm doing right now. So special thanks to these executive producers: Vader and Pedals, John Halverson, Rick Calhoun, Trevor Gunberg, Elad Mizrahi, Mike D, Richard Kendall, James White, Motander Guitars, Anthony Gemalero, Bill Gola Guitars, John Esterly, Anthony Lathrop, Stefan Lamb, Michael Senchuk, Ken Sayers, Doug Christ, Darren Gregory, Tom Brazen, Rusty Sneeden, Ralph Gottschalk from Wonderful Audio Technology. What? Don Kloss, Gregory Randall, Brett Hogarth, Eric Hemmer, Stuart George, Michael Furman, James Bell, James Romer, Cameron Pampas, David Tyndall, Trevor Ellenberg, and Christopher Logan.
Hey, oh.
But wait, Todd, there's more.
Oh, goody.
Because there's a special group of executive producers. We like to call them our grand poobahs.
That's right.
They get to wear a fez upon their head whilst listening to the podcast and at the same time.
And at the same time.
That's right. So special thanks to these grand poobahs: Tommy Manasco, Ricardo Iguereda, David Kaminga, Brandon Wound Pickups,
That's right.
Hex Matos, Michio Murakishi, Bob Crouch, Jack Cadian, Sam Jett, Tyler K.C. Rhines, LSJ Music Company, John Williams, James Pennington, Steve Keys, Cody Foster, Science of Sound, Brian Robison, Jonathan Jerusik, Corey Nigro, Michael Van Zant, Tim Nowak, Jonathan Daly, Martin Cliff, Sean S. David Poe, Billy Spitfire, Unlimited,
Ooh.
Congregation
Ooh,
Gear
you don't
Demos.
say.
I do say. Congregation Gear Demos, Paul Von Eppinger, Scott Sullivan, Great Lakes Guitar Pickups, Matt Hart, Enrico Fernando, Moon Guitars, Adam Johnson, and Eric Edwards.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
And thank you.
I love it. Thank you so much. All right. Well, we just need to say thanks to all of our listeners for a great year
Absolutely.
of awesomeness.
and our guests.
And
too.
our guests. Oh my
And
gosh.
We've had
the
some
guests.
great guests this year.
Yeah. We didn't do the, kind of the run through guest list, but there was a lot. There
Well,
was a dang lot of guests.
That'll be our January show.
Oh yeah. I mean, whatever.
We'll
Yeah,
do the year
we can
end
do that.
2023 recap.
Of the guests to remind people of what's coming up in the next year, maybe, or something.
Well-
Anyways,
Okay. Then.
where can people find the things that you're doing, Tony?
Go over to pickguardian.com. Check out the stuff that I do. I make custom pick guards. Let's face it. That's what I do. I chop up plastic all day.
Yay.
But shoot me an email. Let me know what you're trying to do, what you need. I should be able to help you out. And if I can't help you, I can point you in the right direction.
Outstanding. Rob, how about yourself?
Mad Cow Amplification. Instagram, Facebook.com,
Right.
whatever.
Right. Watch Rob get mad at amps. It's the best. Jared, about yourself.
Instagram, jared.allen.brandon. And I'd love to talk to you. Send me a message.
Oh.
We'll exchange funny videos and stuff.
Careful. Hey, you can shoot me an email, Todd@theguitarknobs.com. You can send me a DM at Instagram, where that's really the best way to do it, if I do say so myself. We would love to hear your thoughts, share your stories, connect with us for any reason, and whether or not you're a supporter on Patreon or not, we want to hear from you. And also, go check out the Valentinos for good driving music. Everybody's going to be driving around all over for Christmas and everything. You need some great rock and roll to drive to.
I don't want to be angry, though.
You don't have to be angry. So
Don't
go
drive
do
angry.
those things. Again, thank you. I want to say thank you to Tony, to Rob, and to Jared for truly, you guys make the show so much fun for me, and therefore it hopefully translates to fun for everybody else.
Yes.
And to our fantastic audience who has been listening for a long time and our great supporters. Thank you all. Have a fantastic year, a fantastic holiday, and a great 2024. Subscribe!
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Now I gotta remove that.
I
Birdie.
gotta help Heather find the remote to the TV.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
She won't find it. Give me like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Jeez, Jared.
And you think a headset's going to fix this?
Phone
don't-
array
no.
Intel Smart Sound.
Never default.
Why would you do that, Jared?
Oh, great. You've killed Tony.
There goes the show.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it.
Don't hurt Jared's feelings.
I'm not. You did that last week, and it's recorded.
What do you mean I hurt his
Yeah,
feelings?
you need to listen.
What are you talking about?
More chewing. Louder.
Because there's a lot of moving parts over there, including him.
So
Yeah.
the Apple TV remote is really thin, and it always goes down on the side of the cushion into the cushion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you didn't check in the cushion. She's like, I'm not putting my hands down there. I'll get cut.
Why don't you put it in like a Pringles can?
Yeah,
And
that
then you-
won't go down the side of
Where's
the
the
Right.
stupid Pringles?
Jared, just repeated disappointment with no Pringles in the can. Just a stupid remote. Fine, I'll change the channel. I don't like this channel. Oh, yeah. Oh, just a remote in there. Anyways,
Let's get on with it.
all right. Wow. Tony.
Tony. Crunching and smacking of the gums. And
Do you have anything else to declare?
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war.
What was that?
All right. Let's make a mess.
How far are we going with this?
I don't know,
You
Todd.
got me off guard.
I'm doing this totally ad libbed.
Oh, God.
You know where that
All right,
kind of
well, I
goes.
gotta think about this. And away we go.
Well, that's it for these knobs. Please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/The Guitar Knobs. Visit our website at theguitarknobs.com for all of our past episodes, 4 on the Floor blog, and other good stuff. You can connect with us on social too at our Facebook page and share your gear and stories on our Facebook group. Also, be sure to check out our Instagram at Guitar Knobs. Catch you next time.